one of the drawbacks that I think of an MBA in the classroom is how much time you spend outside of the real world and outside of working. So I never anticipated the emotional and financial challenges of doing an MBA full time, and I just want to share some of those now. So that meant for me leaving a 30 grand a year job, which was great. I had a brilliant reputation, great friends, a good network of people, but I was making a big sacrifice to actually go and study. And in my case, I had worked my way up the career ladder at Newcastle University. I loved my jobs. I loved the amazing roles I'd had, but I had been always going through this cycle, which I realize now some of this is relating to burnout, where I was getting the next promotion and then I would be so busy and then I would be looking for the next promotion, and I never really gave myself to be in the chance to be in the role. And what happened is I kept looking for promotions, but I would take risky moves where they were they weren't open-ended, they were contract positions for a short time before funding ran out for a project. And so what that meant is in my last position before I went to do my MBA, there was somebody coming back from maternity leave. So the position was always going to be refilled. And that worked out really well for me. But it meant that I'd left this fantastic job that I loved, getting to meet people from Newcastle University all over the world, to then doing an MBA where I wasn't earning anything. Yes, I was working every day. I was doing small things like meeting and greeting at university conferences, or doing all kinds of things, anything I could do to make money. At one point, I was scooping out ice cream for student kind of like interaction points. So on campus, if they had a special promotional activity or a survey they wanted to advertise and you got free ice cream, there were things that I was doing like that. So I was earning, very little money for a couple of hours work to try and help towards covering some bills. So I didn't realize how much it would cost. So I wasn't earning for a year and a half. I also was very fortunate to have a partial scholarship. So I received a regional impact scholarship. So that was in recognition of contribution to the region in the northeast of England. So that was really, I felt really flattered and honoured to have that opportunity and to see some of the community work that I do be recognised in that way. But even with a partial scholarship, that was still, more than £15,000 to pay. And that was just for tuition. So what you'll often find with business schools in the UK is that sometimes international fees will be the same as UK fees, which I actually think is a really good idea, because it means that there isn't a us and them feeling in the classroom. Everyone's making the same investment, but that can feel like a lot of money when you've got friends who are doing a master's program and they're only paying £6,000 and you're paying, say, £24,000. So what I would say is that cost, that emotional cost of doing the course, knowing you're going to be so busy. And I really thought I tried to anticipate it. I really thought that I was, everything was in hand, but actually, when you are putting yourself in a situation where you're going to be financially struggling, you're going to be relying on your partner, on your family to do things to help you, but you're also not going to be around. So you're kind of saying to them, you're signing up for a year and a half where I'm not really here, but you're also going to feed me and support me and be my emotional support. That's quite a big ask, and I didn't realize that at the time. So I do want to say that, regardless of whatever your circumstances are, really think about your learning style, how you like to learn, your personality. Will you like being in the classroom? Will you prefer to be doing something at home or part-time? Do you want to work at the same time? And also think about all of the advancement and promotion you might have in a job in a year and a half to 2 years by taking that time away. Think about the financial progression that you will lose. And remember that you might graduate with an MBA, but it might take a few years to get actually where you want to be. I'm going to come on to that in a little while about how to recover from burnout, because I'm going to do that in quite a lot of depth in a few minutes, but also why an MBA is worthwhile and worth the investment and sacrifice. So hopefully you'll stay tuned.